I'm not really a YouTube scene kind of guy, really. I came down here to see True Geordie's my mate, but I don't really keep up on any of these faces I recognise. There's probably about 20 guys in here with over 1 million subs, isn't there, I think. That's pretty much my experience of it. I watch some of these guys, I wouldn't say I religiously watch all of these guys, or even I wouldn't even say I watch all of these guys. I find it intriguing though. I think, you know, we're talking white collar amateur boxing, but this is going to be a pay-per-view that's probably going to generate millions of pounds of buys, and I find that fascinating. I just find it absolutely fascinating. I'm here more because my son wanted to come and check out the weigh-ins. I'm going to the fight for the same reason, not because I think it's a high-level boxing fight. I think it's an interesting event, and like I said, I'm a combat sports fan as well, so from what I've seen of both of them, they both look really good amateur, so I'm really interested to see how the fight goes down, to me.
Have you got a prediction? Yeah.
I've seen a little bit. Obviously, we watched KSI's last fight just out of pure interest of what's going on. It blew my mind, the numbers that the guy was doing. And fair play to him for organising this, putting this on, and creating this whole genre, if you like. I'd really like to see some YouTube cage fighting. I'd be interested in that. But I think if what I've seen of Logan is able to be replicated tomorrow night, I think Logan is probably going to be the one, but I think it's going to be a really good fight. I think it's going to be entertaining, and that's what everybody wants to see in it.
On the topic of Logan, the whole controversy of it, do you know about that? And,
yeah.
Like, do you think that this event has sort of helped resurrect his career, or do you think it's just something completely?
I think he's probably one of those guys that's just so enormous, such a huge subscriber base. I think that his audience was going to watch him, whether he's done things right, whether he's done things wrong. I don't think his career needed resurrecting. He might need to fix some of the mistakes that he's made in the past, but look, every single one of us has made mistakes. I don't think you can say this guy should never ever work again because he's made a single mistake. So good luck to him for doing this sort of thing, and I just, like I said, I hope it's an entertaining fight, and I'm very interested to see who to go next. Like, regardless of who wins, who's the next, what's the next evolution of it? I'm really intrigued to see who and what that could be.
We spoke to JJ at the UK press conference, and he said that he would love to, if he wins, go pro, potentially take up a fight for Rio Ferdinand. What are your thoughts on
I think that's
YouTuber going pro?
Look, a YouTuber could go pro just as I could go pro or you could go pro, as long as you feel like you've got the ability, that you can find a promoter that's going to line up fights for you. And we see a lot of early boxing careers, 5, 6, 7, 8 fights where they're fighting journeymen, they're fighting people with 8 and 81 records. They're not fighting top level guys that are 22 and 0. When they come out the gate, they'll get a lot of 4-rounders, they'll get a lot of experience that way. And I think they could probably make a lot of money, and it might revive a little bit of British boxing if somebody like KSI did manage to fight Rio Ferdinand next. That makes a lot of sense, I think. And then if he stepped into the professional game, I think that would be very interesting. He'd probably be instantly top of the bill and pay-per-viewing straight away, but fighting 4-round journeyman, because I think the pro game, the next level up from there, I mean, these guys are fighting at relatively high weights, and I've just been seeing Shannon Briggs over there, and the size of the guy's hands nearly the size of my head, and you just think there's levels to this game, and I think we're dealing with white collar amateur, decent level of that, but the pro game might be a bit too much. But look, he's got the things that you need, which is, if he's got the determination, he's definitely got the capital to put behind it, so he'd probably be successful like he's been at everything else he's tried.
Yeah, I mean, like, JJ's been around for 10 years or so now in the YouTube game. As you sort of alluded to earlier, where do you think these guys could go next?
Honestly, I don't know where they go next. I think Rio Ferdinand is an obvious step. I totally forgot that he was dabbling in boxing and then retired without ever having a fight. I think that's probably what it's going to be. I think you might see more celebrities getting involved in this, because I think, you know, we're talking with the absolute pinnacle of YouTube. I think there's only probably PewDiePie that's got more subscribers than all these guys. Is he going to get in a ring or a cage? I don't think so. Maybe cage fighting is the next evolution of that. Maybe they want to keep it boxing. I don't know. I think there's going to be millions and millions of people tuning in regardless of what they do. I've no idea. Deji and Jake, not a clue. Both of them look fired up for it. I think that's probably might end up being more of a scrap than the main one. I think from what I saw of the last one and the little bits that I've seen of Logan sparring, I think he's got technical ability there. I think his technical ability probably edges that of KSI, and I think physically they probably weigh each other out a little bit. So I'm going to say Logan. I wouldn't predict a KO or anything like that. It's quite hard to do with headgear and things. But I'm going to say I think Logan probably takes the win, and like I said, I'm really intrigued to see where it goes from here.
Do you think there could be a rematch. They've got it in the contract, we believe.
A rematch might be the most sensible thing, yeah. I mean, they're going to make millions on the back of this weekend, which is absolutely bananas. I mean, at what other level of sport can rank amateurs be making more than, you know, I've got a friend who's going in for a world title eliminator this weekend in Toronto. He's probably going to make an absolute fraction of what these two guys are going to earn. And even if he fights for a world title, I doubt he's going to get anywhere close to what these guys are about to earn. Everyone back?
I mean, I'm trying to think about because obviously you've got your Facebook page got 300,000 on. Like, how easy was it to get that? Did it just happen, or is it obviously you're on Full-Time Devils?
No, it was a United page that I changed the name of.
Oh right, okay. Right. The evolution of social media and the internet over the past sort of 5 years, is that something that the mainstream media, you reckon, need to take serious sort of note of, in the fact that these guys who are unknown in the mainstream are probably going to sell out and get more following than Anthony Joshua at Wembley?
Yeah, I think the mainstream media really has to recognise that there's a bit of an underground movement, which isn't that underground. Like you said, there's people turning up, there's people queuing up outside trying to get into this building just for the weigh-ins. There's going to be a packed out arena this weekend watching them. These guys are going to generate millions of pounds with, you know, let's say a modest amount of skill level, and they're doing that because they've shown their personalities, they've vlogged, they've made games, they've basically just shown a lot about themselves. There's a lot of work gone into what they've done, but they was there as early adopters that managed to get in and ride the crest of a wave. And fair play to the guys for creating millions and millions of subscribers, because people clearly want to see what they're up to, and this is the next step of that, seeing what they can do on the big stage like all the sports stars that we worship.
Last question. Who do you get in the ring with if you called out?
Who would I get in the ring with?
Whether it's a charity or not, who would you want to get?
I'd get in the ring with anyone, mate. I'm not scared. Like I said, I've been to war, I've had a cage fight, I'm not bothered. If anyone wants to call me out, call me.